Welcome back to The Merge, the wrestling guide for Jiu Jitsu, powered by Fuji Sports. Flow Grappling's Road to ADCC event was the most stacked card of 2021. Nicky Ryan put on a wrestling clinic, both from his feet and wrestling up from bottom. The biggest turning point in this match, though, was when Nicky got this double leg and transitioned right to a body lock pass to side control. In episode 32, we went over Gable Stevenson's snap double leg. Today's gonna be the opposite because Nicky pops this arm. And what I mean by pops this arm is he's literally popping it up, okay? And I've seen people, they can use the C grip here, popping it up. Nicky uses his palm from here. Both are fine. Popping just gets the collar tie off of your neck, right? Which can be really tiring, especially if you have someone that has heavy hands, right? And they're constantly just on your neck, right? It does get tiring holding that up. So he's clearing the collar tie, number one. Number two, he's lowering his level as he pops Dante's arm up. So that puts a little half second or second ahead of Dante as he's here, okay? Now, making connection with the double leg. Once he makes connection with the double leg from here, we're gonna talk about him clasping his hands here, okay? Some people refer to this as the S grip, the chain grip, chain link grip, whatever. I'll call it the S grip for right now. This is very beneficial, right? And it's a lot different than having your hands unclasped here, all right? There's pros and cons to both. And one of the pros to clasping your hands is, let's say I don't clasp my hands, I'm in a normal double leg from here. If my opponent gives me a little sprawl backwards, right, my arms are easier to get elongated. So come back up. That's using a lot of like row power. And I can easily knee slide through and fix that. But when I clasp my hands, right, Nicky's clasp is up on the hamstrings and the thighs, right below the butt. And he's controlling Dante's hips and kind of pinching his legs in with his elbows. So now if my opponent sprawls, give me a sprawl, right? Now it's moving my arm as a unit. It's a lot harder for my opponent to sprawl from this position. Now, really beneficial for Jiu-Jitsu is the ability that your opponent can't pull guard that easy. If my arms are open like this and I have this grip on a double leg, at this point, or even when I'm running and finishing a double leg, my opponent can open their legs and wrap close guard around. When I have these legs pinched here and I have this grip pinched with this S grip, once again, controlling the hips, pinching these legs in, it's a lot harder, almost impossible for my opponent to open up their legs at this point. So I'm almost forcing their knees into like a pigeon toe, squeezing them in. So as I take my opponent down, it's going to be very hard for them to open their legs and close that closed guard. Now, if I do take my opponent down, I get the 2 points, even if I end up in their closed guard. But at times, you don't really want to end up in a closed guard with someone. It's ideal to take them down, pass their guard, end in side control, or some type of dominant position. So as Nicky finishes his double leg backwards, he's already sliding his hands up to finish for the body lock. So he brings Dante back, already clasps the hands around for the body lock, and he ends up in this butterfly guard position, okay? Number one, he's not too high up by like the lats from here. He's down right by the hips, elbows are both clenching on the hips from here, okay? He's keeping his head right in the middle from here. And his right leg, look, you can see it's taking a step back, straightening, and he clears that butterfly hook, okay? Now, once he does that, this left leg, he's gonna step over the knee and swallow that knee line, okay? Now from here, Dante makes half guard and gets in the half guard position from here, and he puts in his left butterfly hook. And this can turn really bad for the top guy if they don't pay attention to these crucial details here. It's not a big movement from Nicky, you can see, but he had his head directly in the middle, and now he's kind of moving it over to the side here on Dante's left side, because his goal is to keep his back on the ground as much as possible. He brings in his left leg to kind of staple Dante's leg down, and he's able to clear this leg. And look, Dante has this sticky hook. So as Nicky's clearing it, look, he's keeping Dante on his back, and he eventually is able to slide through and complete side control. If you don't keep your opponent on their back, it gives them the ability to get that specific angle, just like a normal butterfly guard sweep, to come up on their side. So look, if I let my opponent get up to the side and they keep that hook extending, there's a chance I can start getting swept over. So Nicky does a great job just keeping Dante's back glued to the mat. So once again, sticky hook, right? Nicky's leg is stapling Dante's right leg from here. As he circles it around, he's just keeping him flat. So he starts losing power here on the foot. And he's able to come across and finish into side control, get his 5 points. Nicky's obviously been working on his wrestling, but he's doing such a good job at also transitioning it and merging it with his jiu-jitsu. For more episodes, check out themergeonline.com, follow us on social media, and I'll see you guys next Friday.